Circus Day at Merryvale by Hale Burnett. Chapter 5 The Trick Donkey. After the grand march, the bareback riding began, and Toad said he guessed they had seen the best part of the show. For how could anything be more wonderful than riding on a fast horse, standing up like Princess Lavinia did, going around and around the ring until it made you dizzy to watch her? "Bosh!" cried Fat. "It's not half as bad as getting in a cage with a real lion. Why, he could eat you up in one swallow." The man that wore the high hat and snapped the whip now stepped into the center of the ring and said he would give each boy in the audience a chance to earn a bright silver dollar. A small donkey was then led in by a clown dressed as a tramp, and any boy was invited to get on the donkey's back and ride around the ring once, and so earn the dollar. "Looks easy," said Chuck. "Guess I'll try it. I always liked riding better than walking." And he got up and started for the ring. "Think I'll try for $1 too," laughed Reddy. But Toad held him by the arm and whispered in his ear, "Don't do it, Reddy! Don't do it!" So Reddy sat down again. By this time Chuck had reached the ring, and he went up very quietly behind the donkey, thinking to jump suddenly on its back. But little Jack was too quick for him, and Chuck, before he knew what happened, landed in the sawdust. A shout went up from everyone, and Toad asked, "Now, Reddy, aren't you glad you didn't try?" "I should say I am," answered Reddy. After a few more boys had tried to mount the donkey's back and failed, it was led away. "Hey, Fat, here comes the lion!" shouted Herbie. "My, but he's a wild one! Hear him roar!" As Roland, the man-eating lion, was drawn in his cage, Fat gazed at him with wide-open eyes, and every time the beast would roar, queer little shivery feelings would go over him, and his head felt very queer, just as though his hair was standing on end. At first the lion would do nothing his trainer wanted him to, but after the whip was cracked under his nose 3 or 4 times, he got up on a stool with a fool's cap on his head and a large pair of spectacles on his nose. He looked like a dunce, and at this the crowd roared with laughter. But Fat hoped in his heart that the lion would not think that they were laughing at him and get angry. His next trick was to jump through some paper hoops, and then the trainer ordered him to open his mouth wide, very wide, and then he laid his hand between the lion's jaws. "Whew," thought Fat, "I wouldn't do that for 50 circuses. I didn't know lions had so many teeth."